Hey Adnan, this is going to be a video for Adnan who might be assisting me with the campaign. Adnan, the first thing you need to know is that there's absolutely going to be no secrets. There's nothing behind from the get-go of my campaign, and when I get elected, if I get elected, everything is going to be as transparent as possible. I'm even considering live streaming my entire operation once I get elected, placing a webcam on a hat like this, getting a battery pack and a netbook, and live streaming the whole shebang of what I do, who I talk to, what my thoughts are, what I write on a piece of paper, what I say, where, when, who, what, as long as I'm in the position. There's obviously going to be personal time. I'm not going to be live streaming me having sex with somebody or drinking or whatever it is that I'm going to be doing in my own personal time. So in terms of the website, this is how I'm foreseeing my vision for the website. I already have somebody who's going to be doing the graphic design, and they also have somebody under them who's going to be doing the website implementation and programming. Though it's a little bit on, they might be looking for somebody else. It's a bit there's a bit of uncertainty right now in that respect. But the election is not for another 12 months, a year. So I have a year, and I'm planning to begin my public campaign early spring. Once spring hits, I'm going to be outdoor meeting everyone that I could possibly meet. Every single person that I'm going to be responsible to represent, I need to meet. I need to put a face to them. I need to know what the fuck they want, what their problems are, what their grievances are, what they need, what they want. And it all has to go through my head. And then when I'm in a position to deliberate, to voice my opinion, to voice my voice, all of those people are, I'm supposed to be considering all those people and representing them. Um, Sorry, my cat just came over. So the website. Well, it's hard for me to. I have books on. I mean, not books. I have everything that I have written. Um, Basically, let's see how we can do this. Well, my campaign objectives is first and foremost, number one is to educate. Number two is to gather information. Like the way Google and Facebook gathers information, I need to do it, but I need to do it better. Three, get elected. So my primary objective, number one objective, is not to get elected. Now it turned some people off that I was speaking to about that. They're like, well, if you're not doing this to win, you should not be doing this. No, there's no such thing as winning or losing, because if I win and somebody loses, I mean, you have to. What does that mean? Who loses? The people lose. We cannot have people losing or winning. It's not about. It's yesterday's garbage. Just get it all away. Website. So there's going to be a lot of websites. I mean, within the domain, there are going to be a lot of different websites because it's going to be as comprehensive as possible, yet as simplistic as possible. So I'm going to be trying to. The vision of it is, I guess, in like a Wikipedia, like um, like a YouTube, um, and also like the IRS. If you go to the IRS website, you'll be bombarded with information, and it's so hard for you to figure it all out. And the idea is to make it as simple and as comprehensive as possible, with the understanding that you're going to have an 80-year-old man who's going to be sitting down at a computer for their first time in life, and they're going to be accessing this website for their first time in life. So it cannot confuse them. It cannot scare them. It has to be within that context. But you're not going to be doing the design, so that's somebody else's task. So in regards of hosting, um, my primary concern is security. Security, it cannot be compromised. It has to be, well, with the main website. It's okay. uh, we can figure that out with different hosting solutions. If it gets compromised by, let's say, denial of service attack, or it gets hacked, there's obviously going to be a daily backup of all the data. So in case of a compromise where everything gets deleted, it can be quickly restored. Now, the most important thing is my second website, which I plan to run as a community website. It's going to be a place for people to share their opinion, to share their to express themselves under accordance of the United States' first constitutional right, the right of expression, and the right of freedom of speech, the freedom of speech and the freedom of expression for everybody. Everybody, meaning police officers, meaning people who are currently under a non-disclosure act, where they can't speak about something because they sign a contract where it says they can't speak about it. Yet it's not confidential. It's not information that jeopardizes national security. Yeah, there are certain people in Washington, D.C., in certain areas of Department of DOD, the CIA, the FBI, they should not speak about certain things. But within the context of local government, county government, and state government, there are no secrets. We are not responsible with nuclear warheads. We are not responsible for all these things that you need to be as secretive as possible. So with the community website, it's very important that I figure out and I be as secure as possible to give people the reassurance and the confidence, and I obviously it has to be upheld to that, where they could write something and not be penalized for it. So that's why there was a theory for me to do hosting in a third country, a different country outside of the United States, because I'm understanding legally the information, if it's located in a different country, it doesn't. I think it doesn't jeopardize anything. So, and it makes it harder to track down who actually sat down and posted it. I mean, I foresee in the near future that I will be hit with um, court orders to reveal who posted what, and I'm gonna say no, 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 no. But that's in the not in the near future, in the long term. That's what I foresee with this community website. It's gonna be just a place for everybody to share and to talk and discuss and to collaborate. Everybody, teachers, police officers, artists, businesses, everybody. It's going to be a place for everybody to talk and peacefully and come up with ideas and solutions, and uh, that second aspect of it is very important to me. And it's just I'm limited in expertise on how to properly launch it. I mean, ideally I would like it to mimic the system that Pirate Bay uses, where, you know, the way that it uses it, their system is quite competent to the task because it hasn't been yet shut down. It's they use a domain SE. I don't know. I don't know what country that is. I mean, that's where they have it hosted, and they all tied it with different legal loopholes to protect themselves. So, I mean, I believe I sent you the message board system that I plan to use. It's affordable, especially if I purchase the license to use it. But the problem of purchasing the license to use it is I need a competent programmer who's going to be able to put it all together and launch it. Now, I have somebody looking at it. I'm not sure if they're going to be up to the task. I hope they will be. It's something that they're going to be tasked with learning. But I suspect that you, Adnan, you might already be competent enough to launch it. So I sent it to you. I'm not sure if you can take a look at it. With in regards to different emails, I'm not sure. I think I would be probably using the Google network for emails because of all the products that Google has that will be extraordinarily helpful to me. Let me see what else you asked me. It's hard for me to write this because it's a big idea, and my only hindrance right now, my only handicap, is not having enough people to do anything. Bandwidth. Well, for the community website, the bandwidth would have to be very big. Monthly, I'm not. I mean, if you were to ask me a number, initially, I think a couple of gigabytes would be sufficient for monthly. But long term, it would have to be in the thousands because it would be a place to store as well. So people would be able to store videos or art, um, PDF files, photos, etc. Like Think of it as a YouTube idea, kind of, or a Facebook, but better, uh, constructive, not silly, silly, silly stuff. Uh, Constructive, meaningful, thoughtful information. And at the same time, I'm going to be using it as a medium for me to information mine, information gather, so I can do a better job as an elected representative of the people. Because in this day of age, it would be, my plan is to meet 150,000 people initially, yes, but I would not be able to meet 150,000 people every single day. It's something that I would do once, and then I would have to communicate with all of them through the internet, because with the internet medium, I can actually physically communicate with 150,000 people. Just simply making a video like this, I could speak to millions and millions of people. But a few people watch me, so um, in that so that's the idea. I'm not sure if I've given you enough information to decide if it's something that you would be interested in, or if it's something that you'd be able to assist me with. Uh, how many sites? I don't know. Realistically, I mean, there's going to be 2 domains, but under the first domain, there's going to be probably 30 or 40 different websites. Uh, Probably even more. Um, I mean, I'm going to be using YouTube a lot. Um, how much? Let's see, I don't know with the bandwidth. I hope this is sufficient, and I need to know what your setup is. I mean, do you have your own servers in your own home, or do you have an office with servers, or do you use a third party with servers? I mean, that's very important for me, because if you're just simply in a situation like I am here in my home, I just have writings on walls, I have paper on here. It's very reasonable for me with this type of work to have to be situated like this. But with if I were to simply set up servers here, I would I would need to first of all lock this window and make sure nobody can come in and jeopardize the servers physically. There needs to be a location that a steady power supply with a generator ready to go if Hurricane Sandy comes along again, or a different hurricane, like we lost power here. Um, there's a lot of things I need to consider. I have a cat, so I need to know what kind of setup you have in terms of hardware. I believe you're fairly, I mean, I don't, we haven't spoken to in many years. No, no, Adnan. Well, I'll have to look for it later, but I just wanted to share you something. I still have a photo of you, a physical photo, not on Facebook, and something that you drew a long time ago. So I haven't forgotten about you. We did drift away, and my cat's a little mad right now, so he's running up and down. It's actually making me a little stressed out. Makes me worried about his state of being. So I think that I hope I've given you enough information to decide, and to not to decide, but to get an idea of what it is that I need. I hope. Um, Otherwise, it would probably be network solutions for me. Okay. I hope you. I mean, it's 14 minutes long. Hopefully, that was sufficient enough for you too. Look, I have long hair too. I'm gonna be growing out my hair, probably down to here or maybe here, and then I could, protect my brain. Okay, thanks. Hopefully, I'll hear back from you.